setting up the officer's tent. This is my wife Kayleen and I'm Chad, and we are going to show you step by step on how to do the full preparation and actually pitch this tent. And we'll take a start by bringing it out of the bag and go right from step one, okay? You got to get it out of the bag and figure out where you want to put it. Just lay this right out. I'm going to keep this towards the front. And basically what I want to do is stake it down square. If you have a floor, an option of a floor, it's much easier because your floor will be square and you can put your floor down first. We're going to show you with this one does not have a floor with it. So we're going to stake the front down first and then square it. So we want to tie the doors together so we know the distance that the front walls need to be spread out. So we're going to tie this flap over here so we know the distance. That's just one of the front corners. Now we'll come over to this other front corner. We're going to pull it kind of snug because I've got the doors tied together. I don't want to pull it too awfully tight here. Now we'll go and pull it back other corners out. Good. You want to get it pretty square. You got it there, dear? Okay, what we're going to do, because we don't have a floor, we're just going to run it from corner to corner. Go out the other front corner. We'll get a rough measurement here and kind of get it square. Yeah, it's pretty close. Now I'm going to keep it tight between this corner and this one here. I want it fairly snug. Alright, now we've got the tent squared out. The four corners are staked. What we're going to do next is put our guy rope stakes in so they're ready to go. What I like to do is go straight with one wall and about 3 to 3.5 feet out. Okay, we're going to get that. I'm putting it in on an angle because your pressure is up on an angle. I don't go all the way down because I want to be able to hook the rope around that easy. Then I'll knock them down tight after it's all up. So I'm going one stake with that wall. Then I'm going to come over and do one stake with this wall about the same distance out. Now I go out on an angle from the center of the tent out. I'm going to put one out here. Okay? Same thing on an angle. Now we're going to do that for all four corners, and then in the center of the side walls and the back wall. We'll get to that point. Okay, our next step is to stand the center pole up now. Again, these are going to be a little long. We don't care at this point. We're going to cut them to fit after we get everything tightened up a little bit. So we undo the front of the tent. We're not tripping over that. And walk in. I'm just going to walk in and put it in the peak of the tent and stand it up. Okay, now the reason we do that is because it makes it much easier to move in here so that we can put the side poles in, which is what we're going to do next. We're going to make sure the length on our side poles is going to go on this tent. What I like to do is, because it's staked down tight against the ground right there, I'll just stick this pole in through the grommet and we put it right in there. Now that pole actually is the right length, okay? Normally we cut them just a little long and then I let you cut them to fit, because every tent might finish just a tad different. Rather than cutting them too short, we'd rather do that long. So what we'll do is we'll go around and we'll just put these poles in, okay? Now it helps to have a second person at this stage because it's nice to have somebody hold this while they guy rope it down. We've got the pole up now on the corner. We're just going to hook the guy rope on and around the nail or the stake. We're going to snug it up here. We're going to do this on 3 stakes. I'm not pulling everything really tight yet until we get the last corner up. What we're going to, I want that pole to be somewhat straight up and down, so if I pull too tight, I've got to release it back a little bit. Now we're going to go back to the back corner and do the same thing. Of the tent right now. This is what's called the sod flap. You buy the 2 floors from us, this will actually cover the 2 floors. That seals off your tent. So what I'm going to do now is just tuck that under. And I'm going to stake this down in the tent. I want to make sure the wall is straight from corner to corner as I do that. Down to do that, just pull the center pole out and cut it to the right length. We'll do that right now. Got the center pole out. We know it's just a little too long, so I'm going to cut just a little off at a time. It's easy to cut it too short. Don't cut too much at once. I'm only going to cut about 1.5 inches to 2 inches off this pole. Now I'm going to try it again and see if it's too long still. This is the top of the tent, and you'll see that it's reinforced. And I want to put this pole right on that circle and try to keep it on that circle as I lift it up. Okay, now I've got the pole fairly straight up and down. Still feels just a little bit tight. I'm going to check the sides. Now if it's pulling in at all, then that center pole's still a little bit too long. I'll cut it one more time. We're in the front of the tent. I'm going to take and stake the front wall down. I need to keep it straight between the corners. So I'm just going to tie it up here. Again, put the stake in on an angle. Now I'm going to do this loop here, the other side of the door, the same way. snug everything up. Try to make the tent stand up straight because some of these, you can see there's a little play in it. What we're going to do is just snug everything up to where it's standing up good, square, and tight. Ties here, we just tie this to this upright here. Same with this one over here. Then at night, this door flap comes over and ties it all nice and shut. And you hook this top one up here, right here. Ties up here and so forth all the way down. We'll take you inside. Now this particular tent is a 12 by 12 officer's tent with internal poles. Now we really like internal poles. We encourage internal poles for the simple fact that whenever you have internal poles, the canvas has got the pole to push against. It relieves a lot of the pressure on the canvas. You can sit and push on this and it's not going to give, but if it was an external pole, all your pressure would be right here on the tent. So whenever we can, we like internal poles. A lot less stressful on the canvas. This other stake loop right here is if you're going to leave your camp for very long, you want to stake that kind of like the lock on the door. Because of the large overlap, it's hard for anybody to see what it is. We're going to go ahead and stake the rest of the walls down, and it's done. It's finished up. Take you inside, let you look at a 12 by 12. This is the saw clap that we put on all of our tents. All of the tents come with this. It's cut out at 15 inches. It finishes out a little bit less because there's no raw edges whatsoever on any of our tents. And this is designed to tuck between the floors like we mentioned earlier. So you put that, if you have the floors in here, you put those down first, and then that gives you something to square your tent to. And then you stand the tent up over your floors, and then you tuck this between the two floors. That seals it up really nice and tight. Very nice way to go. You take a look around here, and this is the finished officer's tent. Again, this is a 12 by 12. This one is made out of the 12-ounce natural canvas that we offer. We do offer also the Sun Forger with the marine treatment on it. It's also flame retardant. If you would like to check out our website, it's redhawktrading.com, and you'll see a number of the other tents that we build. Thank you very much.